never felt tomorrow closing in this fast. Oh, I guess time's in a rush. Leaves are falling down, but at least they grow back, while I'm on a one-way track. Now I know what it means to grow old. Yeah, now I know the time I've got, it is just enough to get by. Yeah, it is just enough to get by.
Good morning, everyone. Sorry about trying to whisper this morning. I'm trying to make this video before other people wake up, just because it's gonna be a busy day today and not sure when else I'll be able to film this, but I am getting in the routine of making a video every day, so hopefully I can continue doing that even today.
6.5 hours later.
So, as most of you know, I'm the pastor of a small church, and right now I have to go to church even though nobody's there. Got you attached to my steering wheel, so you might get some weird angles from time to time. We'll see how that goes. One thing about being a pastor of a small church in a small town is that you have to do all the little things that other people might not remember to do just because they're not thinking about it. So nothing wrong with that. It's just that, for example, right now I'm heading to church because we have a party at church tonight. It's a movie night at our church. We watch a movie together once a month. And tonight we're watching, it's called Hidden Figures. It's a great movie. But I realized that in order for us to feel comfortable there, we probably should have the heat on. So I'm running over back to church real quick to make sure the heat is turned on for tonight. Otherwise, we're going to be cold for the first hour or so that we're there, and I certainly don't want that. So being a pastor means doing all those little things oftentimes. And that's not just about being a pastor. It's about being human, honestly. There's always going to be little things that you have to do that if you want others to feel comfortable or feel loved or whatever it is, being willing to humble yourself and say, I can do that little thing. Maybe that's outside of my job description, but if I don't do it, then nobody else will. We're all in the same boat here, right? There's so many little things in life that we could say, well, that's somebody else's job, or I don't feel like doing that. But when it comes down to it, nobody is above anything, honestly. And if we want to make others feel loved and cared for, and we want to, I don't want to be cold there. So, I could paint it in a way is to say, I'm just doing this for others, but I'm honestly doing it for myself too. But it's just one of those things. It's like, obviously anybody could have turned on the heat at church, but none of us were thinking about that this morning. So I live in town. I'm sure nobody else is thinking about it right now. It's just one of those little things and there's lots of little things when it comes to just living life, being a pastor or a father or a friend. We should always be thinking about how to help others more than whether or not we really want to do something. Does that make sense? Anyway, that's just kind of what I'm doing right now, is going to church and turning on the heat. But just in general, today's a super good day. We went to church this morning. We had a really good meal. We've been trying these, what do they call them? Like meals that are sent to your house, and it has all the ingredients, and you just have to sometimes chop things up or cook things, and it's like a self-contained meal or whatever. I think this one's called Home Chef, but we've tried HelloFresh. We've tried several of them. And today's was like chicken with broccoli and rice. It was super good. So I'm here. So I'm going to turn on the heat real quick.
Now I know what it means to grow old.
So while I'm here, I thought I would also show you my office at the church. So here is my office right here. Got a whole bunch of books. Just recently painted that wall not too long ago. I think that is a super nice blue that really makes my head pop if I ever film a video in here. But my office is always a bit of a mess. Got papers and stuff and products. Got my mic that I use to record videos. More Bibles and books over there on that shelf. And various things that I really should take care of because they're just a mess. In fact, you might have seen me sitting right here before. This is actually in my office at church. I think I've recorded a few videos here just from time to time, maybe like the outros of some of my videos, that kind of thing. Yeah, I really like this color on the wall. This is something that I wanted to do for a long, long time, but then finally this year, I guess it was last year, 2024, I finally spent the time to get the paint the wall. I think it just looks so much nicer. You tell me, what do you think? And just looking around my office too, there's so many memories around here. I was given this one year for Pastor's Appreciation Month. I was actually given that by my mother-in-law and father-in-law, Abby's parents, when I first became pastor of this church. They said this refers to a story in which the people of Israel, the Jews, were going into the Promised Land, and they carried out this big fruit. And they said, don't miss the fruit for the giants. So like, don't get focused on the giants and miss the fruit that God has for you. This box down here that I put some knickknacks in, a deacon at our church actually made that for us. Super nice of him. This was made by one of the kids during Vacation Bible School, I think. Or maybe it was like an art camp. One of our church members gave this to us during Pastor's Appreciation Month too. He made it himself. Very cool. This here is one of the newest things in my office. This was given to us by one of the kids that Abby teaches on Wednesday nights. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, I'm hanging that in my office. It's so nice. And here's a whole bunch of pictures that we first assembled when we first became pastor here. I think these are from like the first couple of years that we were here as pastor. Just various people in our family and church family and things like that. Just brings back lots of memories. So I guess what I'm saying is that sometimes when you have things to do, even that you don't want to do, you can focus on the things, that the aspect of it that says, I don't really want to do this thing, or you could focus on the blessings. You could focus on the people that you're doing it for, realizing that you're not just serving yourself, you're serving other people. And that goes for so many things in life, doesn't it? Like for our family, whenever I do things for Raylan, sometimes I could grumble about it and say, I don't really want to do this right now. It's late at night or whatever it is. Or I could say, you know what? It's a blessing just to be able to serve her. It's a blessing because I love her and she's able to receive that love. And that's a good thing. That's a beautiful thing. And when it comes down to it, that's also just a much healthier way to live. Like instead of always thinking about what we may or may not get out of something, it's more important to think about what other people can get out of it and simply serve them where they are. And we'll be much healthier about it. We'll be much more joyful about it in the long run. Because when we focus on ourselves, we get depressed. We're constantly thinking about what I want, and that just leads to self-pity ultimately, because we don't think other people are noticing us or giving us what we think we want or deserve. But if we focus on other people and giving them what they want and need or deserve, then life is just more enjoyable that way. We can be happy for them when they're happy, and that makes us happy. Serving others is such a good way to live. And in all honesty, if we want to be happy the rest of our lives, then we should make our lives about serving other people. Hey, that's just my opinion. I hope that this video made sense and that my crazy filming techniques didn't distract or get in the way too much. I hope that you're living with hope and joy. God bless you, and we'll see you again next time.